Welcome to Always Be Racing. I'm the one and only BlackJack Fletcher, joined by a formally dressed Chase Sessoms down in Arkansas.
Powder blue. You don't get more formal than powder blue, I believe.
Are you in yet another room of your home?
No, same one.
All right, my memory's a little shot. Okay, so big day today. We have a huge announcement. Our third co-host, the third heat, will be announced at the end of this show. You will get to meet her at the end of this show, so make sure everybody stays tuned. About 3:50, we will introduce you to our new co-host. How excited are you, Chase?
Pretty excited, and I don't want to spoil it, but it starts with a J and ends in an own London.
I almost spit that beer out. Joan London. All right, that's a hell of a reference. All right,
cheers to you, sir. Happy Friday.
Yeah, you too, buddy. I will tell. We've got some guesses in here, and I'm going to tell you it's not one you're going to guess. If somebody guesses this, I'll send you my hat.
Are you gonna like Febreze the hat first?
No.
Straw and it breathes.
No. You want the musk. You want the musk. You want to breathe that in. That's greatness. You want to breathe it in. Max wants winners. All right, let's jump right in here, Chase. Oaklawn Park, third race. This is your track here. Our current favorite is the 2, Flatoya, at 8-5. Robertino Diodoro and David Cohen. The 5, Miss Falsetto, at 7-2. The 3, Dulcimer Dame, at 4-1. Where are you going here?
Well, you're going to have two speeds. One of them is going to be the favorite you mentioned, Flatoya, and then also Dulcimer Dame should be sending. Neither one of those really look good on the lead, and I feel like especially with the 5.5 furlong, that there's going to be a good amount of pace pressure. I'm actually looking to the outside to a horse that can sit a pocket trip and maybe make the middle move to take this, and it's going to be friend of the show who's just pistol hot at Oaklawn Park right now, and that's the 9 Dixieland Dream.
I like that one as well. 9-1 morning line bet down to 5-1. Off a win last time out at this level. So you like Dixieland Dream to come and do it back to back?
I do. I really feel like the setup is there. I usually try to avoid horses that are exiting maiden claiming races and facing winners for the first time. But I mean, it's a for non-winners of 2 lifetime, and so a lot of horses are going to fit that condition. I think that Dulcimer Dame and especially Flatoya, they don't look great on the front end. I see a lot of get to the front and then just absolutely fade.
Our clocks must be off because this thing's already in the backstretch.
Whoa.
Flatoya with the lead, just a tapping right there with him. Right with her right there as they hit the top of the stretch here. The 9 Dixieland Delight is all the way outside and is not going to make up enough ground here. This is going to be the 2 or the 7, and it looks like Flatoya, I don't know, just a tapping, not going away quite yet. We'll see if Flatoya can hold on here. Flatoya, the favorite, is going to get the job done here at Oaklawn in the third race. Flatoya, favorite winner.
The inside paths starting yesterday, they really started heating up, whereas we were seeing horses win with like the close over like the way out in the middle of the track. So you have to pay attention to these inside speeds based on where Dulcimer Dame finished. I really don't think that horse got up and dueled like we thought it would.
All right, let's move to Gulfstream Park here. We've got 6 minutes until the 5th race there, allegedly. We'll see. Maybe they're running a little bit smoother than Oaklawn, Arkansas time. 6 minutes to go there. Your favorite right now is the 3 officiating at 9-5, Bill Mott and Junior Alvarado. This is a maiden special, $44,000, 8 furlongs on the turf. I can tell you, I think I'm going to go with the 6, Triple Jeopardy here. This is a horse that started his career on the dirt. They moved to the turf back in December. 2 nice seconds, especially the last race, I think was a really nice second. I think that the distance is right here. I think that the 8 furlongs is what this horse wants. Right now you're getting 3-1. I don't think that's terrible value.
this race has, with it being a maiden special weight race, it's got a really muddy pace setup. When I handicapped this, I couldn't cut the majority of them from the field. I think officiating is more than likely the horse I want, the 6. If I'm going to go outside of that, I'm probably going to take a look at a horse that might be able to show a little speed coming from behind with, I don't know, possibly skywalking, maybe Swing Low.
Swing Low scratched.
Swing Low scratched. Okay. Gut feeling, I'm going to take officiating, and I'm going to put it over Triple Jeopardy and Captain Lava, if Captain Lava is still in the exacta.
Captain Lava's out.
Well, maybe we just win bet Triple Jeopardy then.
Are you just playing this straight up 3-6?
I'm just going to bet with those other horses scratched. I'm just going to bet Triple Jeopardy to win. Let me see if there's any other horse I might want to put underneath. Is there Borkin? Is Borkin still in?
Yes.
Okay. Let's go 6 over 310 in the exacta.
I like that. I could see that. Speaking of Gulfstream Park, let's get your take on what happened there last week with Paco and Irad getting into fisticuffs right outside the winner's circle. Is that the best $1,000 Irad Ortiz has ever spent?
I mean, I don't know. You know that these guys are rivals. You know that they probably have all sorts of grudges. I mean, you had an issue at Oaklawn Park a couple of years ago where like Ricardo and Cohen were like whipping each other down the stretch. It's only worth the $1,000 if you got some clean shots in. I mean, like if you got, I didn't see the video yet. If you got 1 or 2 like good punches,
he landed 2 shots to the face.
Who won? Who do you think won?
Irad. Paco didn't even throw a punch.
Yeah, did Jose insert himself as brothers tend to do?
No, man. It's a bizarre situation, right? Like Irad winds up winning the race by a lot. I mean, this was not close. There was a little bit of a bump at the top of the stretch, but I mean, Irad's horse was clearly the best, right? And so Paco files an objection and then rides the horse all the way back around to the winner's circle like he thinks he's going to get put up. Irad's obviously there in the winner's circle. They hop off the horses and they immediately start jawing at each other. They're pointing, and you can see them yelling at each other. And they get just off camera to the back of the winner's circle at Gulfstream, and Paco is sitting in a chair. I guess they're waiting for the stewards at this point. And Irad is standing there, and Paco presumably says something, and Irad just pops him twice right in the face. And it was caught.
Down? Oh, boo. Boo, Irad.
On camera. And here's the other question I have for you. Of all the jockeys in that room at Gulfstream Park that you could take 2 shots to the face at, Paco Lopez is probably the last one I want to do it to.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I'd put Rosario probably at the top of the list. I'm sure there are a lot of people that want to swing at Rosario. I would think a lot of people want to take a swing at Irad, quite honestly. But
I get people wanting to swing at Paco, but Paco's going to put you over a rail.
Right. It happens. It happens a lot at Gulfstream. People go over rails. It's not out of bounds. Now I'll have to watch the video. Given your description, my initial reaction is boo Irad, do it like a man, wait for him to stand up, and then have a Donnybrook.
Yeah. I didn't love the way it went down. I think $1,000 for it, honestly, is kind of a slap on the wrist.
It sounds like at probably $500 a punch rate right there.
I mean, but that's what I'm saying. That's the best $1,000 Irad Ortiz has ever spent.
Right.
There's no question about that in my mind.
It's I like that they care that much, because so many times you hear horse players that, oh, this person doesn't want to work today. They don't feel like riding. They feel gypped by a perceived lack of effort. I mean, if you're throwing punches, you probably care a lot.
That's right. So that was an interesting happening over at Gulfstream last week. Let's see where we're at here in the 5th race. By the way, the Stronach 5, as we talk about usually on this show, although usually we don't get to play it very much. Starts in 45 minutes. This sequence is going to pay today. This is a wager that always pays, and today it is most certainly going to pay. We have big fields, we have open races. If you can hit this thing today, you're gonna be very happy at the end of it.
I'm a big fan. I'm not usually a huge fan of playing Stronach tracks. They're not my favorite. It's no big grudge against Stronach, but between the Stronach 5 and the Golden Hour wagers, they've got, if you include the double, 3 just fantastic wagering options with low takeout, with a higher base wager, and they always pay well if you hit it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. You're right. The Golden Hour bets are the same thing. They always pay. So it's something worth taking a look at if you're going to be playing this afternoon. Look at the Stronach 5. I think it's going to be worth your time. We are at post time here at Gulfstream at the 5th. The 3 officiating is at 5-2. You and I also like Triple Jeopardy, the 6, who is now also down to 5-2. And the 10 Borkin, who you had used as well, is at 6-1 right now. In fact, the 6 just took over favoritism from the 3.
That's a little bit shorter than I would probably want, given the conditions of the race. I mean, we're looking at a maiden special weight race with a large field. At some point, and this is a tip to anyone who might be new, you got to have a get out point. You have to gauge what you think is a fair return for your money for a win bet. And 5-2 seems a little bit slim given the size of the field.
I would agree with you. This horse was 5-2 on the morning line. I expected to get around 3-1 here. But at the end of the day, I do think it's the horse in the best spot here. So I'm just going to roll with Triple Jeopardy to win.
Yeah. It's hard to turn down a winner. I don't think it's a clear-cut winner, but I've always thought that if you have a horse that you have no doubt is going to win, even money is a fair price. Getting 2-1, you won't get that on most sports bets.
I mean, no, absolutely not. So, definitely worth a look here. So let's keep it moving as we are heading into the gate at Gulfstream Park. Once again, make sure everyone stays tuned because at the end of the show, we're going to be introducing our new co-host, the third heat, as I've taken to calling her. I'm very excited about it.
I am sorry, I got distracted watching horses load. I'm pretty excited too. I can't even tell you how excited I am to have Angela Bassett joining us as our third horse. Host.
Our third horse?
Yeah. No, it's our spirit animal. We're all
our third horse. Okay.
By the way, I caught your third heat 30 Rock reference earlier, and I appreciate it.
I've taken to using that term, and I think it's applicable in this case because obviously we provide a great deal of heat ourselves.
Yeah. I naturally run hot. I sweat just a whole lot, like I've been jumping rope in an attic.
That's what men do, my friend.
It's hard work. It's hard work sitting in front of a computer and talking horses.
That's right. They are off at Gulfstream here. Pretty smooth beginning for everyone. We've got the 2 out to an early lead here as they head into the first turn on the turf course. 5 and the 9 are coming up to challenge now. Ooh, this 9 is wide. Yikes.
Someone's out there holding a win bet on Nacho Supreme, and they are excited.
The 6 is not in a bad spot, riding about 6th right now, but clear, in the clear, so not a bad spot. Louis Saez has a pretty firm hold on the 6 at the moment, so not the worst spot to be in here.
You always kind of figure Louis is going to get a little bit more aggressive, so I won't take this as a bad thing that he's sitting back and rating, but I don't think they're going very fast on the front end here, BlackJack.
I don't think they are either, but I feel like the 3 of them are going to tire each other out. Like I said, Louis got a pretty firm hold on this horse, Triple Jeopardy, so we'll see. The 3 officiating, your other favorite, is sitting in a nice spot right now, and 4th just needs some running room because the 3 up top have formed a wall as they head into the far turn.
He started his move. He's going to have to find a gap somewhere.
Well, either that or he's going to have to circle him, and that's what he's going to try to do. Louis pulls him out now, and he's got work to do. He's going to take him down the middle of the racetrack, and he's making a move now, but this 10, Borkin, is trying to go with him. The 3 officiating has the lead. The 6 is not going to be there. This is 3 or 12, and it is the 3 officiating for Bill Mott with Junior Alvarado to get the win here at Gulfstream in the 5th. All right. Chase,
cannot deny the heat of Bill Mott right now.
You can't. Let's go to Aqueduct. We've got 4 minutes until the 5th race at Aqueduct. Let's take a look at what is happening there. We have a $25,000 claimer, non-winners of 2 lifetime, 8 furlongs on the dirt. Your favorite is Indian Counselor for Jeremiah Engelhart with Eric Cancel aboard. This is a horse who's taking a little bit of a drop down and coming back to the dirt where, frankly, his best races were, dropping down from the $50,000 and then $35,000 claiming level. 6 to 5 feels short here for me. I don't know. I'm not loving that horse at that price. I would look more towards the 3 Unrelenting Force, Steve Asmussen and Manny Franco. This horse you're currently getting at 7 to 2, which is what the morning line was at this level last time out, on a good dirt track, not a fast one, finished second by a half a length. I think maybe the fast track here gives Unrelenting Force the edge that he will need to get the job done here. I think 7 to 5 is a more than fair price for this horse. I
am so excited that we got to do this race because I put a lot of thought into this one, and I've got a play that I absolutely love. This favorite Indian Counselor to me just looks extremely beatable.
Yep.
Has the pace set up. I don't think it's run very well on dirt, and couldn't close coming from off the pace like it likes to, with even more real estate, an extra half furlong in some cases, and even an extra quarter of a mile. I really like the 7 Spitball.
Linda Rice, Dylan Davis. Tell me why.
Lightly raced compared to all these other non-winners of 2 lifetime. Had a great win coming from off the pace at Monmouth for Kelly Breen. Mm-hmm. And then it tried the wrong surface a couple times. And then after those, 2 turf races, ran into 3 straight off tracks.
Yep.
Linda Rice had it previously, been claimed back. It's one from off the pace. There's a good amount of speed here. It's probably going to have to do that again today. So I'm on Spitball here with the win place, an exacta 7 over 2-6, a trifecta 2-7, 2-6-7, 1-2-5-6-7, and I'm playing a daily double in this next race, 2-7 with 1-5.
Look at you all over the place here. I can tell you have talked me into this one a little bit here. I am going to play an exacta box of 2-3-7. I see where you're going here. I very much like the fact that this horse, the last time that he was on a fast dirt track, was a winner. As you mentioned, the races at Aqueduct, 2 of those on a muddy surface, one of them classified as good. But I mean, I think we know with the weather that's been going on at Aqueduct, it's
right,
been a mess pretty much, the entire year of 2021. So yeah, I do kind of like that. How do you feel about the distance here? You like the added furlong?
Yeah, I mean, I don't have any problem with it. Because even looking at the 6.5 furlong race in the mud on I would say November 12th, if the horse had a little bit more real estate, it probably, I think, can get up and pass. So I think that it's going to benefit. I mean, it's 100% a sprinter's pedigree with City Zip on the top line and Cherokee Run on the bottom. But I mean, Linda Rice moves horses up second after the claim, and I think that everything just kind of works out for old Spitball here.
I don't hate it. Like I said, you've talked me into this a little bit. So I'm going to go 2-3-7 because I think the 2 is one that you're using a lot, and we haven't talked about here, taking a pretty nice drop off 2 decent races prior to this. I think that drop could easily put this horse in the money, no?
Yeah, it's a great drop. You have Louis Cardenas, I call him Louis Cards, who's been
personal friends.
Yeah, we send each other Christmas cards. He's been riding really well today. You've got a little bit of a weight break, which, a lot of people don't put a lot of stock in the weight break. I like getting these bug jockeys with the weight break, and I think that the horse can definitely, get up and get a piece. If the pace heats up so much that Spitball is, maybe a little bit overexerted. And even if he does try to come from off the pace, he's sitting a little bit too close to it and gets sucked in. Then I could easily see this 2 coming from over the top. So that's why I kind of tried to protect myself in my trifecta by part wheeling and putting the 2 on top with the 7.
I like that. Now, you talked in the last race about having a get out point, a point where you look at a race and you just say, this isn't for me. I can't do this. Indian Counselor to me is at that point. Like, if you like this horse, fine. I understand. Like, I can get there, right? Like, it wouldn't be shocking if this horse won. But at 6-5, I mean, there's just no value here, right? I mean, this is you've got to be a little crazy.
You have to think about the value in it, like how the value of the dollar is assessed. It's not backed by anything. It's backed by your faith in the dollar. So if we want to talk about wagering odds like their fiat currencies here, if you think that Indian Counselor is strong, then 6-5 might be a gift.
I mean,
I personally don't.
Isn't the dollar backed by the full faith and credit of the United States government?
I mean, that's true, but is there intrinsic value in full faith
and credit?
And credit.
I don't know.
I
don't know what the government's FICO score is.
Listen, we ain't backed by gold anymore, and that's why I don't trust the government.
Do you wish we went back to the gold standard?
No, I don't think it's really feasible anymore.
Are you hoarding gold?
Silver. Silver's the way to go when it comes to hoarding precious metals.
I'm more of a tungsten fan myself.
That or adamantium, but you have to get it from the Avatar planet, and the shipping is just a nightmare.
Brutal, right? They don't have Prime.
Brutal. You would think gigantic human-like things would be so more efficient with shipping. They're not.
No one's more efficient than Amazon with shipping. I don't even know how they do it. It's a mystery.
All right, let's go spitball.
We are loading here at Aqueduct, getting ready for the 5th race here. The 3 has dropped down to 2-1, by the way. Still getting a nice price on spitball, though, at 6-1. So
and with that 6-5 underneath, you're still getting $23 probable on the 7-6 exacta, $43 probable on the 7-2.
Very nice. All right, they are all in line at Aqueduct. And they're off. Level beginning. 7, there's your spitball, goes out quickly. Joined up top by Color Me Patsy and Unrelenting Force on the inside. Indian Counselor right there as well. They are 4 across the racetrack as they hit up with the main track here. Unrelenting Force has a head in front of Color Me Patsy. Right behind them by a half a length is Spitball and Indian Counselor. It's about another 4 lengths back to Dangerous Edge in 4th. All right, 23-3 for the first quarter as they hit the top of the turn. It's Unrelenting Force and Color Me Patsy neck and neck here. Indian Counselor right there in 3rd. Spitball 4 wide. Unrelenting Force is moving.
Slingshot engage. Go Spitball.
Yeah, Unrelenting Force is moving backwards, so I don't love that. But the 2 Dangerous Edge is gaining ground with every step here. So this could still shape up nicely. Spitball looks like hanging a little bit here as they are in the turn. Dangerous Edge, though, making a nice move here. We'll see how much he's got left. Indian Counselor might be even money for a reason here. We might have been wrong about this one. We'll see. Color Me Patsy, the 4, has put a head in front, though, as they're in the stretch. These horses are going to crawl home. Let's see. This is going to be interesting. Which one wants it more, Chase?
I think 2's get up and get him. Here he comes.
The 2 is trying to make a move. Dangerous Edge in the middle of the racetrack. Indian Counselor there. The question is, can he hang on? It's going to be tight at the wire. It is too close. Too close to call.
That'd be a little bit better race than I was expecting.
My gun to my head, I think the 6 got it, but I don't know. Let's see here. This is a better angle.
Oh, that might be a dead heat.
That is so close. I'll tell you what, Dangerous Edge, the 2, has a long neck.
Like those giraffe horses, don't we?
Well, I mean, brother, when they took the last stride, this looked like the 6, right? But, I mean, Dangerous Edge just kept reaching with that nose and might have just gotten there. I mean, you're not wrong. This could be a dead heat. This is as close as I've seen in a little bit, because Aqueduct has that great shot right down the line. Let's see as they show it again. It's still the 6-2. Ooh, that is so tight. That is so tight.
Well, I would miss the trifecta because I needed the 1, the 2, or sorry, the 5. 1, 5, or 7 underneath.
Neither one of us is cashing anything here, but a hell of a finish here at Aqueduct.
If I get 2 up and I'm at least alive in the daily double to 1-5, that's what brings you back to racing right
6
there.
Gets the win.
Whoo! I want to show the photo, you cowards.
6-2-4-5 is your official order.
That's got to be the slimmest margin.
That's a tight one, brother.
That's
is a
nose fuzz. That was won by nose fuzz.
tight one. All right, let's shift gears a little bit here. We have 4 minutes until the first at Santa Anita. Let's go out to Arcadia in lovely California, 75 degrees. Beautiful day out there today. We are going 6 furlongs on the dirt, $16,000 claimers, non-winners of 2 lifetime. Normally, when I give those conditions, I'm not going to say what I'm about to say, but Bob Baffert's got a horse in this one. The favorite, the 2, Reneem, at 6-5, off a 5-2 morning line. You don't see Bob Baffert in $16,000 claimers very often here. I know we all know about your personal animus towards Mr. Baffert. What do you see here with Reneem?
This is going to shock you. I wasn't a fan. I wasn't sure if based off the speed figures that I'm seeing, I don't know if this horse is fast enough. If you look at its recent starts, the horse has really kind of fallen off a cliff, class-wise, going from a $50,000 optional claimer, now dropping into $16,000 claiming for non-winners of 2 lifetime. That makes me think that he's probably trying to get rid of this horse. Yeah. And I wanted to go elsewhere with possibly Miss Lady Anne or Bella Ranella.
Wow. It's funny. You've got those 2. I also have 2 that I like, but it's neither one of those. I liked It's a Riddle and Full Eclipse. So tell me why you like Miss Lady Anne and Bella Ranella.
Miss Lady Anne, dropping out of Allowance Company, it's gonna have some front speed. I mean, this is a horse that is coming out of quarter horse, hook races at Los Alamitos. And I think that the horse could definitely get out and be a player on the front end. And, that's something that could possibly neutralize Reneem. I look at Reneem and I see a horse that quits without the lead. So as soon as some out, then most likely it's going to be anchors dropped and he's out, out of there. Or sorry, she's out of there. So, I mean, that's what I like out of Miss Lady Anne. With Bella Ranella, I mean, takes a tiny class drop. Speed figures, the average is pretty good. I don't know much about the trainer, but if the horse can get up and close, it's got a disadvantage here because we're looking at a lot of horses that really want to go fast.
Yeah, see, that was kind of what I liked about It's a Riddle coming off of the maiden win, but having run some nice races at Del Mar in their fall meet there, obviously wasn't able to close the deal, but a second, a couple of thirds, decent runs there. And a horse that is capable of passing some horses, which, as you mentioned, there's not a ton of here. So I like the fact that It's a Riddle can pass some horses. Juan Hernandez has been riding as well as anybody at Santa Anita this meet. And then I look at the 5, Full Eclipse, and this is a horse you can catch at 10-1 right now. And this is another horse that, gets a win back in June, okay, at a $20,000 maiden claiming level, then is on the shelf until January 8th, comes back at this level, finishes a very close second, comes back in the second off the layoff again at this level, and closed to finish third. A little bit of an issue at the start there, and now is hitting that critical third race off the layoff. Another horse that is capable of passing some, and I think that just when you look at the last 3 races here, it wouldn't shock me to see Full Eclipse take a little bit of a step forward here.
I'm going to try to do a bobless exacta here. And I'm going to play the 1-6 on top with the 1. You like the 3? I'm going to put the 3 in. 1-3-6. So 1-6 over 1-3-6.
Yeah, I did. I just went 3-5. I went 3-5 boxed. Small, but I think that there's a chance this could go a little sideways on Raneem. Everyone sees Bob Baffert. Don't get me wrong. When you see Bob Baffert at this level, it's probably going to be tough to beat. But this horse doesn't inspire a ton. So we'll see as they are off at Santa Anita.
In hindsight, I probably wanted to win bet that one at 6-1 in this short of a field.
Well, okay, Sarah, my friend. It's a riddle. The 3 out to a 3/4 lengths lead with Full Eclipse in second. Raneem right there in third. Bella Ranella coming up on the rail to take second at this point as they are in the backstretch here. Still, it's a riddle with a head in front of Raneem and Bella Ranella. Full Eclipse has fallen back a little bit here. We'll see. Here we come. Now it is Bella Ranella and It's a Riddle battling it out for a nose. Raneem in between horses here in a spot that the horse doesn't look entirely comfortable in, but we'll see if they can get pushed through. As they hit the top of the stretch, it is the 3 of them across the track. It's a Riddle, Bella Ranella, and Raneem. It's a Riddle still with a head in front, and Raneem has fallen back now. This is 1-3 up at the top. The question is going to be whether
one is re-engaged.
Look at this. These two are right at it. 1-3. It's going to run 3-1. There's that exacta. What'd I tell you? There it is. 3-1. The Baffertless exacta just hit. Very nice.
That's a $67 exacta for $1.
Cannot complain about that, my friend.
Not at all.
There's a winner for you.
And I just feel really good whenever you you get that Bob favorite out of the exacta.
Yeah, you're really not a fan.
No, I'm a fan.
All right, let's go back to let's go to Oaklawn. We've got 4 minutes until the 4th race at Oaklawn. I know you've spent a lot of time on this one. 6 furlongs on the dirt, maiden special, $63,000. Your favorite is currently the 6 Grand Mana, Steve Asmussen, Ricardo Santana. You've got a Brad Cox firster sitting there at 2-1. He's got Joe Talamo aboard Founders Day. Right Trap, Baby Cloud, Emerald Princess, Viva Violence. There's a lot of different ways you could go here. What do you see?
I am a huge fan of Mac Robertson with first-time starters as well as in maiden special weight races. Now, I like Emerald Princess. If you look at the workout tab, it's being worked at 5 furlongs, 6 furlongs, close to today's distance and really putting out some solid works. It's a super saver horse, with out of a forestry mare. The mare's produced 1 winner already. You've got some good gate works in there, plus that high strike rate for Mac Robertson. I am having to kind of go against traditional handicapping thought and methodology and taking a first-time starter near the rail. The good thing is the 2 scratch, so maybe they bump it out just a little bit, so it's not right there on it. But I think the 6 or 7 are probably, they're going to be in play. I really like this one though to take a chance on, especially since the morning line odds have held at 5-1.
Well, let me just tell you what I think here, and that is that I have to bet the 3-horse Right Trap. Do you know why?
I don't.
Because Right Trap has the same sire as my horse, the Queen of Tampa, Guilty with an Excuse. They are both out of Trap Shot. And I'll be honest with you, this horse off a little bit of a layoff last time out, finished 3rd, a nice 3rd, and now is stepping up into the maiden special ranks. So I like the confidence here by Steve Hobby. So either way, I have to go with the half sibling to my own horse, Right Trap.
Not only is it a confident move, but you're taking a horse that was essentially for sale in a claiming race, and you're taking the tag off. You have a trainer who's showing that he wants the horse in his barn. Right. So I cannot fault you for that pick at all, especially with a horse that's got a little seasoning on him because he's actually raced before. That's right. I really like
half brother of the Queen of Tampa.
Yeah.
Does that make him the Prince of Oaklawn? Maybe
like a Duke. Maybe.
Yeah. The Duke of Oaklawn.
I'm gonna go ahead and try a win place with Emerald Princess, and then try to maybe key Emerald Princess on top of the one of the 3, the 6, and the 7.
I'm going to just take the 3 straight up here. Like I said, I don't have a choice.
And then what I might do is take it back, flip it, and reverse it, as Missy Elliott would say, and keep 6 and 7 over 1 Emerald Princess.
So you're not using right trap.
Not in that one. I feel better about using Emerald Princess. I don't want to inflate the cost of that ticket more than I have to. And I mean, what if I look at 6 over 1, 25, 7 over 1, 26. If I get 1 over 3, 27. I mean, I feel like it's a good hedge. It's not going to cost me as much as my initial ticket, and it's going to end up, I'm basically set up to get paid the exact same amount if either one of those bets hit.
I like that. All right, we are in the gate at Oaklawn. By the way, let me ask you before we start here, what are your thoughts on Vic Stauffer, your track announcer there, the goof on the roof?
I think the goof has just some kind of like epic historic calls with the last race at Hollywood Park. If you've never seen it, pull it up on YouTube. The earthquake race where earthquake is going on the backstretch, and he breaks in and says, "If these are the last things I say, horse racing was my first love." There are others I really like, but I mean, Oaklawn has faith in him, and I have faith in Oaklawn. So
I like Vic. I think he's really good. All right, we are off here in the 4th at Oaklawn. We've got Emerald Princess out to an early lead, the 1, with Founders Day, the 7, the Brad Cox firster in second here by a half length. And then we've got Grand Mana and Baby Cloud in 3rd and 4th. Right Trap sits in 5th, about 6 lengths off the lead here. Some trouble for Right Trap in the gate. So he seemed to settle down enough, but this not a great beginning for Right Trap, although he is starting to move now. Founders Day puts a head in front for Brad Cox. Emerald Princess is right there on the rail as they hit the turn. Tight quarters as they make this turn into the stretch. And Founders Day has taken a 1-length lead over Emerald Princess. Let's see if Founders Day can hold on. We've got the 5 coming on the outside here. Going to be enough for Day. Is Founders Day is going to get the win in his debut start. Cox with Joe Talamo aboard, a winner for Brad Cox at 2-1.
I have a theory that any time of the day from, I'd say, 11 a.m. Central Time to about 5 p.m. Central Time, you can turn on a track feed and see a Brad Cox horse winning a race.
I mean, when you're running at Oaklawn and Kentucky, that's especially true. Brad Cox, it's tough to beat at those tracks.
He's tearing up fairgrounds too.
Yeah. All right, let's go to the 6th at Gulfstream Park down in Hallandale Beach. You have an enormous favorite right now. The 6, Create a Story, is 1-5 for Gilberto Zerpa and Irad Ortiz Jr. This is a $6,300 claiming race for non-winners of 2 lifetimes, 6.5 furlongs on the dirt. I mean, listen, again, we talked about this. I cannot see 1-5 here. It's a horse that, broke its maiden at Keeneland back in October, but, Sense has run some decent races, but I mean, not at very good levels. I don't know. I mean, when you're looking at this, Chase, are you seeing anywhere to go here?
That horse needs a pace setup. Create a Story needs a pace setup. You're cutting back in distance from 1 mile to 6.5, and the horse had trouble closing at 6.5 furlongs. I am much more inclined to take a shot with a horse like Beautiful Rose. I don't think that there's going to be very much speed. I think Beautiful Rose might actually make the lead, coming off a troubled trip with bump start last time. And I mean, won at Gulfstream Park West at 7 furlongs, but I'm not gonna fault it for breaking its maiden on the first time out. I want to try to get around. I probably go ahead and box up 5-6 because I could see it either going 6-5, 5-6, and then I maybe try to win bet 5 and go 5 over 6-8 in an exacta and press that opinion.
Any thoughts on the 9 Queen of Barrio? Junior Alvarado has been riding as good as anybody at Gulfstream lately. Taking a little bit of money down to 9-1 off a 12-1 morning line. I mean,
just plummeting in class, just falling off of a class cliff. Yeah. And not only is it falling off of a class cliff, but it's not responding whenever it falls off. It's just the losing margins just get worse and worse as it goes down. We went from a $20,000 claimer losing by 5 3/4 to a 12.5K claimer losing by 13, and now down to a 6,000 and losing by 20.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you here. It's as much as I think that this horse is being overbet, I have a very hard time finding somewhere else to go. I see why you went with the 5. I understand it. The most lightly raced horse in the bunch, 1 win out of 3 tries. It makes sense. This is going to be a tough race, though. I mean, I think this is either the 6 wins this thing by like 5 lengths, or it goes absolutely anywhere.
There's a reason why people only choose to handicap stakes races and everything, and that's because they're a lot more formful. Horses kind of do what they're supposed to do, and when you get down to these very low dollar claimers, sometimes it makes these more challenging, I think.
To say this is a challenge is an understatement, as they load into the gate at Gulfstream Park here for the 6th race. This does kick off the late pick 5 as well at Gulfstream. So if you're playing the pick 5 here, this feels like you either single the 6 or you hit the all button.
But does it kick the jams?
What?
You sometimes when you start a party, you kick the jams. Kick it. It takes 2 to make a thing go right. You shut up, BlackJack. I know you didn't say anything, but shut up.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about. They're off at Gulfstream. Good start for the 3 and the 9. Jesus. I did not expect you to burst into song. Your 5 got shuffled back a little bit there. The 6 here, your favorite, is in a nice spot here, 3 wide for Create a Story as they are making their way down the backstretch. The 3 Mystic coming home with a head in front at 45-1 over Queen of Barrio and Create a Story. Wicked Spirit sits in 4th on the rail, getting a nice little trip here if he's got anything in the tank.
5 took a second shuffle back.
23-2 for the quarter as they hit the turn. It is Create a Story in 2nd behind Queen of Barrio, with Mystic coming home right there. The 3 of them game at the moment. They are all going right at it. The question is, does Create a Story have another gear here? They are 3 across the track as they hit the top of the stretch. Queen of Barrio in between horses, Create a Story on the outside, Mystic loaded on the inside, and Create a Story has taken the lead here by a half a length.
Now 5 is loaded.
The 5 is loaded, but it's going to be too little, too late. This is going to be Create a Story to win this one by about 4.
And we got the exacta.
659. There you go. You got yourself a little exacta. What's that going to pay?
$19 for a dollar exacta. 2 in it with the box. So it's
nice. All right.
You said little exacta, a modestly sized exacta, a respectable exacta.
Mm-hmm. Let's go across the state of Florida to Tampa for the 8th race there. We have $6,300 claiming race for mares 4 years old and up on the dirt, 8 furlongs. Your favorite is currently the 5 Crown of Joy.
Let's take a look.
Antonio Gallardo aboard there. You've also got the 1 Not Ordinary and the 3 Big Base with Isaac Castillo aboard. This is kind of an interesting little race, no?
A little bit. I'm not sold on Crown of Joy.
I mean, I get why you like Crown of Joy consistency, right? The horse generally runs the same race, and it could be good enough to beat this bunch.
And it looks like the 4 Darlin Diva actually just ticked down to the
A little bit of a drop for Darlin Diva, but Darlin Diva has run at this level before and hasn't really impressed me there. So I don't know what I would see there. Actually, I'll tell you what. I think I like the 7 Sun Drenched.
Yep.
I think I like Sun Drenched here.
I do. I like Sun Drenched quite a bit. I also like the 1 Not Ordinary. So why don't we try to kick the favorites out of an exacta?
I am going to play an exacta box 137.
You know what? I'm going to stretch it to a trifecta, and I'm going to put 1 and 7 on top over 157 over 1457, and then we'll put a win bet on 7, and then we'll key that on top of 1 and 5.
All right, I'm going to go 137 exacta box here. I think I like Sun Drenched. Tell the people why you like Sun Drenched.
That horse honestly kind of looks like it might be the speed of speed in this race. I'm seeing 2 previous races where the horse has gotten out on the front end and stayed up there in the front on the front end.
The last 2 races, by the way, which were on the dirt. Prior to that, this horse was running on the turf, so the speed seems to have translated to the dirt.
Yeah, I mean, you have a Get Stormy. I mean, that feels like that could go either way when it comes to pedigree. The horses, I feel like it's, it won at a higher class at a $8,000 claimer, dropped to a $5,000, didn't quite get the job done, lost by a head at a mile and a 16th. Now we're going back to a mile and 40 yards. Maybe that little tiny cutback helps keep it on top longer. I wonder who else goes, and I'm not sure if anyone else does. And I mean, we talked about it. You feel like at Tampa, one horse is out on the lead, and then the others are struggling to survive. That was a little harsh. Winded. They're winded.
I mean, listen, I'm banking on that when my horse runs, that everyone in front of her is just crawling to the wire, and she has a nice little walk.
Yeah, she picks up pieces.
I mean, listen, she likes to sit close, but she's not going to be on the front. At least not. That's not how she's run prior. She likes to sit right off. But I think that was the problem with her last race, is she was too far back. But that's a bone to pick with Andrew Wolfson.
My favorite jockey with Wolf in his name. Maybe the only one.
I was going to say, do you know another one?
No, I do not. Favorite by default.
Okay, fair enough. Where are we? Okay, Tampa. Tampa takes their sweet time getting to this gate.
Yeah, they do.
But yes, I do think Sun Drench makes sense, taking them around the track here. We'll see. But, in a race where tepid favorites, 3-1 on the 1 and the 5. 6-1 is a nice value on a horse that you could make a very easy case for.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And honestly, if you're not a believer in the 3, the 4, or the 5, there's enough value in this horse to take it across the board. You'd still get a good payout from the place pool. You'd still get a great payout from the show pool, especially if you can get that 3, 4, or 5 to miss the board. But yeah, I really like this. Really like this trifecta play I have with 1-7 keyed on top, with 1-5-7 in second, 1-3-4-5-7 in third.
I like it. I will be at Tampa, by the way, tomorrow for the Tampa Bay Derby.
Ooh, who you got?
I'm not sure yet. I'm going to really dig into it in the morning. I'm looking forward to it, though. Tampa's a nice little track to go and have a day at, and maybe I'll get to see my girl while I'm there.
There you go. Gonna feed that horse a carrot or peppermint.
Whatever she wants. Whatever she wants.
Porterhouse.
Whatever my baby wants.
I'm really excited. I'd like to see Candyman Rocket run well. A little bit of a Bill Mott fanboy. And then I also kind of want to see the almighty Dale Tar win with Sitting on Go.
The Dale Tar.
The Dale Tar.
Did you tweet that picture, or did you just text it to me?
I just texted it to you. That is not for public consumption.
You're going to need to tweet that the next time he wins a big race, because that's a gem. We are off at Tampa. The 8 takes a hop at the start, but a good start 4 hour 7 right out to the lead as expected. Pretty easy lead for Sundrenched, actually, as they take this first turn.
You feel really good about this if we can get a little bit of a breather between the first call and second call.
Absolutely, because Sundrenched went right to the lead, and there is no pressure here. Darlin Diva in second, about 2 lengths behind. Big Base in third, and Marvella in fourth as they head into the backstretch. 24-3 for the opening quarter. They're not burning there.
If you're new to watching races, I would encourage you watching the replay of this and watch Sundrenched head as they go into the turn and see that horse, how hard that horse was pulling. Now look and see how just relaxed that horse looks on the front end.
24-3, like I said, not bad. That's what you want to see from our perspective. 49 and change. I can't see it right now. 49-1 for the half. So again, pretty much what you want to see if you've got the 7 here. Darlin Diva looks like she is getting ready to make a move here, as is Big Base on the outside. We'll see. Still a tight hold on Sundrenched. Going to have to find something now.
Got to go if you're going to go.
They are coming around the turn now and into the top of the stretch. Sundrenched still with the lead. Big Base in second. Darlin Diva right there. They're 3 across the track. It's still Sundrenched.
Digging for more.
Sundrenched is trying to find it here. Darlin Diva going backwards. Big Base making a move here. It's going to be Sundrenched and Big Base. Sundrenched finding it. Big Base. 3-7. So still hit the exacta, but you would have much preferred it the other way.
Worth a shot.
I mean, listen, to our credit, we nailed that race.
Oh, yeah.
In terms of how it unfold.
Absolutely.
That was beautiful.
Those are the kind of fractions you want. I mean, maybe ideally the horse sits a little bit more chilly in first. I mentioned the thing about pulling while we were watching the race, because that wears a horse out. They can sometimes run out of energy for the stretch because they're fighting the jockey the entire way. That's why you hope to see it just a little bit more relaxed.
Yeah, I would agree. But ultimately, another good race for Sundrenched, just not quite good enough. Let's see. Do we have time for Aqueduct 6? They're loading into the gate at Aqueduct 6. Malibu Mischief is your 2-1 favorite for Rudy Rod with Kendrick Carmouche. The entry, which is only an entry because of New York's arcane rules requiring Trevor McCarthy and Katie Davis to be coupled.
I want the entry here, actually. One over 5-8.
I like the 8. Lovely Lady Lexi Orlando Noda. So we'll see. We'll do this one, and then we will announce our new co-host. We're off at Aqueduct.
1 over 5-8. The thing with the arcane rule is, I don't know, Trevor McCarthy and Katie Davis are married, and they feel like to protect the better, and I guess because they think that one woman will just automatically do what her husband says, that they should be coupled together and not be separate betting interests, which it's something I wouldn't mind seeing changed, especially if you have,
Ortiz. The Ortiz brothers are allowed to run without being coupled. When these two were engaged and dating, they were allowed to not be a coupled entry. Yep. There's any number of relationships between riders over that. It just seems like an archaic rule.
Absolutely.
Malibu Mischief would lead 24-3 for the first quarter. Rude Awakening in second by 1.25 lengths. Miss Mimi in third here, and Dublin or Nothing in fourth. Malibu Mischief 48-3 for the opening half mile as they hit the top of the stretch. Malibu Mischief still with the lead. Rude Awakening trying to bear down here. We'll see. Malibu Mischief looks like opening up here. This one is going to be the 7 Malibu Mischief. Still getting worked pretty good here, but I think he's got it in hand. Good. Malibu Mischief going to run away here, win this one by 6. Malibu Mischief. All right, it's time. It's announcement time. By the way, there is an inquiry at Tampa, according to one of our viewers, third against first. So if that 3 were to get taken down, that would mean Sundrenched would get the win there. So worth keeping an eye on. All right, it's video time. We are about to introduce our new co-host. She will be joining us live next Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern and every Friday going forward. ladies and gentlemen, I am super happy to introduce you to our new co-host. Here she is. So this new show, Always Be Racing, it's been fantastic, right? Obviously, I bring a certain je ne sais quoi that is unmatched. Chase has been awesome, but we've been missing something. We've been missing that third heat. And I searched far and wide, high and low, north, south, east, west. I looked at people all over the world of many skills and talents. And finally, it pleases me to introduce our new co-host of this show, the one and only Danielle Monet.
Hi, y'all. I'm very excited to be joining Always Be Racing. I mean, every Jack needs its queen. Every cowboy needs its redhead. And it's just going to be fun. BlackJack and I have a lot of ideas every Friday for our live stream. And I'm looking forward to attacking this Triple Crown with all that I've got. Make sure to head over to my social media, his social media, for all of our updates for our first live stream on the 12th. Mine is at Danielle Monet on Instagram and Twitter. And BlackJack, y'all know BlackJack's information. So really excited to be here.
All right, Danielle, as you said, next Friday live, we'll be making your debut. Can't wait. We'll be back next Friday.
Thanks, guys.
We have our third heat.
There it is. I'm really excited to have Danielle aboard. Some of you who may be professional wrestling fans will recognize her from her time in the WWE as Summer Rae. She will be joining us. She is so excited about this. I can't even tell you. I can't tell you how many times she has texted me about these prep races coming up and about the Kentucky Derby that we have obviously in May that's getting more and more traction as we can continue down this prep road. She's really excited, and I know that we are equally as excited to have her.
Yeah. I mean, you can tell she's going to bring a whole lot of energy. I mean, she dances. She was dancing. I mean, I do that. She and I, we are the same.
Yep, the two of you, exactly the same person.
I didn't see much of a difference.
No, definitely not. So she will be joining us next Friday, 12 Eastern, and every Friday moving forward. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be very exciting. We have a lot of stuff in the works with her, so I'm really pumped, man. I think it's going to be great.
Yeah, I mean, and at the very least, you don't have to stare at BlackJack and I exclusively the entire time anymore.
I mean, I think people are still going to want to look at me.
I mean, you're like the top half of your body is like a fishing lure. It's got a lot of colors and shiny things to kind of attract fish people out of the murky water. So, yeah, you're distracting.
All right. Well. Anyway, congratulations, Danielle, for coming aboard. We're looking forward to having her on next week. It's going to be a ton of fun. So make sure you go and follow her on Twitter and Instagram at Danielle Monet. That's MOINET. And yeah, we'll be back next Friday, brother.
I'm so excited now. I can't wait. Can't wait for next Friday. Usually I'm dreading it because I have to see you, but we are.
Well, the nice thing is when you get out of line like you just did, she can beat you up pretty good.
Just come in with that elbow, maybe a big boot in the face.
I mean, I suggest you go back and watch some of her matches. I wouldn't want to cross her if I were you.
That's a good point. I'm a weak man.
I know. All right, everybody. That's it for Always Be Racing today. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back next Friday with Danielle Monet. Chase and I will be back. It's going to be great. We're going to make some money. Chase, most important thing, buddy. Let's cash some tickets.